Hey guys, Dan with Pain For You. Today's topic, I keep on getting asked, Dan, what exactly did you do to end your pain, your 13 years of pain? Dan, what is your daily routine? Or what was it? And I'm going to disappoint some people because I'm not going to give you a checklist. I'm not going to give you, do this for 20 minutes and then stop, and do this for 10 minutes and then stop, and then every time this happens, do that, right? Because what I learned, and what I still continue to learn through observation and conversations and experience, is that getting out of pain is not something you do. And I've said this before in videos from a couple months ago. Getting out of pain is not something you do. It's more about your mindset. It's more about who you become. It becomes a matter of decision. Decision is huge, right? Deciding that you're not going to be your old self worrying about your pain all day long. Deciding that you're not going to be afraid of your emotions anymore. And I know the term decision makes it sound really easy, but Dan, you don't understand. It's really hard. I really freak out about these emotions, and that's why we've got these pain syndromes and other symptoms in the first place. So, I really strongly encourage that you start to look at your mindset and your focus and not look for a morning routine. Look, morning routines are great. I have some morning routines, get up, brush my teeth, hydrate, get a little bit of water in me, try to do some stretching, not to keep away pain, but just because I like stretching. A few days a week I will do some exercise, whether it be body weight or some barbells. So there are some morning routines I have. And then I have some morning routines surrounding work. But look, if you're looking for an exact to-do list to do every single day, I'm probably going to disappoint you here in this video. So what is it that I did to get out of pain? Primarily, I stopped trying to get out of pain. I stopped giving a crap whether or not I had pain or not. And I've seen countless comments from people that said when the pain lost significance, in other words, when pain did not take the place of the most important thing in your life to get rid of, it tends to let loose a little bit and kind of ease up. And the more you can do that, the more it's going to ease up. And this is a common theme. I frequently say, don't focus on the pain. Don't freak out about it. You're just feeding the monster, so to speak. You're pouring gas on the fire and then wondering why the pain's not getting better, right? Where you give your energy, that's what's going to flourish. And if you're giving your pain all of your energy and focus and attention and just effort, it's going to be really tough to let it go. So I did a lot of everything when I was getting myself through this. 13 years of pain, 12 of which I knew about Dr. Sarno. And I pretty much tried anything I could find. I tried a number of physical treatments. That didn't work. And look, even after about 11 years worth of knowing about Sarno, so 12 years into this, my body was all jacked up and crooked. If I can find it, I will post my crooked picture in the first comment below. But I even started going to a physical therapist, not necessarily because of the pain, or so I said, so I told myself, but because I was all jacked up and crooked. And 6 weeks later, after seeing these professional physical therapists looking at me like a dog looks at you when they're confused, like, wow, you're really jacked up. We haven't seen anybody that crooked. And none of those stretches were working. None of the massages were working. None of the things the physical therapist was straightening me out. Why? Because I still had pain. I didn't have pain because I was crooked. I was crooked because I had pain. So my body had compensated for the pain over a decade. And I ended up twisted. And look at the pictures below. And if you're on YouTube, go to the Facebook page Pain Free You and look for this video here. So I tried all sorts of physical treatments, you know, not as much as many of you guys, and I was fortunate because I learned about Dr. Sarno early. But I had the x-rays, was told I had degenerative disc disease in my early 30s. You know, I didn't know then that it was aging. But fortunately, I found Sarno soon after that. I did all sorts of chiropractic care, massage, meditation, deep breathing, talking to my brain. I had Sarno's 12 reminders memorized and on an index card for when I forgot them. And I would repeat them every day, every day, every day. And what I found was I was doing a lot of stuff because I thought I should, and I wasn't feeling as much because that wasn't quite as well specified in the, you know, in the instructions on Sarno's books. And look, Sarno was a genius, but he has a book, 181 pages, and there's like a page and a half of what to do about it. And it's his 12 daily reminders. Reject the physical, think psychological. Brilliant stuff. But after trying this stuff for years and years, I said, what the heck does that mean? I must be doing it wrong because I can't think psychologically well enough to get rid of this pain. And so it was particularly frustrating, and I'm sure you guys are running into the same thing, which is why you're saying, exactly, Dan, what did you do to get out of pain? Right? I will tell you that for much of my pain cycle, I had wanted to help people get out of pain too. Why? Two reasons. One, I believed, like nothing else, that Dr. Sarno was right and that this was a mind-body connection. It was as a result of my overwhelming, unresolved emotions, and I was convinced that I was not broken physically, and so I thought this was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Two, the second reason is because I come from a marketing background. I have e-commerce stores online, and I sell physical products over the internet. And so with this marketing background and having attended all sorts of marketing workshops over the years and seeing how a lot of people are doing really good stuff through the internet, I decided, wow, I'm going to teach Dr. Sarno's work. And, you know, I always had a hesitation because I still had pain. And so who was I to teach this stuff when I was still in pain? What a hypocrite I would be to say, you should do this to get out of pain, but I'm still struggling with back pain and sciatica. So that held me up. Finally got pain-free a while ago. And what exactly did I do? I'm going to say Adam Heller's Zero Pain Now was a really, really good key component of that. If you don't have that book, go get it. If you want a copy, private message me. I do have some copies here. I can sell it to you and ship it out to you. But Adam Heller's Zero Pain Now, when I first saw it, I thought, this is too simple, right? And I kind of rejected it. And a couple of months later, I took it up and said, well, let me try it. And I followed the instructions in the book. And you've probably heard it. You've probably seen people talking about it. Right now, what emotion am I feeling? Feeling anger. Okay, right now what am I feeling? So why I think that worked especially well was that I spent months, years, maybe a decade, just kind of regurgitating all the crap that was going on in my life, ruminating on the stories, on all the things that was wrong with my life, and then wondering why I wasn't happy and why I was still in pain, because I kept on reactivating all of these emotional experiences, right? And every time you reactivate it, it's there again. So you're not getting away from these emotions. So that's why personally, no offense to Nicole Sachs, but I don't personally like journaling because I got stuck in it. And look, I didn't have her instruction to benefit me. So as a result, I kind of did it the way I thought I should. And I pretty much wrote down everything that was wrong with my life every single day, over and over again. For like 6 months, I finally had to throw away these notebooks of journaling, and finally said, I can't do this. I'm actually depressing myself. Why? Because I'm focusing only on what's wrong with my life. And it didn't get me out of pain. personally. Again, with Nicole's guidance, I probably would have done much better. So I did that, and I just tried to convince myself. At one point, again, being a marketer, an online marketer, I had some technical abilities, and so I would create like a PowerPoint presentation with everything that I wanted to affirm for myself. My body is healthy, my body is strong, my back is straight, and things like that, where I would try to really just kind of drill into my head through repetition that I was good, I'm okay, there's nothing wrong with me. And that probably had something to do with it. I even went so far as to record myself speaking these affirmations. And I'm considering putting something like that together with just kind of a bunch of affirmations that I think would be very useful and beneficial for us to learn. And so let me know if you think you'd like to see an audio of the affirmations that mean we're healthy, we're strong, our body is doing what it should, etc. Now, I'm not 100% sure I should be creating that for you, because your symptoms are different than mine were. Everybody is different. Hearing it in my voice may not resonate quite as well if I'm saying I am statements. All right, sorry, I had to sit down here. So if I'm saying I am statements, I am healthy, and it's coming in my voice, that may not connect quite as well. So what I might encourage you to do is, on your computer or on your phone, see if you can record yourself stating what you want to believe, right? Because as I say over and over again, we believe that which we say to ourselves most often. So try it. Record yourself affirming the things you want to believe. And repetition is absolutely one of the ways to reprogram our subconscious mind. Let me know if you try it. Let me know if it helps. Dr. Bruce Lipton says that one of the most effective times of day is to listen to that right before you fall asleep. So if you can do it and put it on an iPhone and put it on loop, like create a playlist and hit it on loop so you hear this over and over again, go to sleep with the earphones in, listening to yourself affirming this. And look, don't just sit down and try to record it because you're going to say, I am this. Like literally write out a list of the things you want to believe about yourself, about your body, about how you interact with your emotions, that they're safe, they're comfortable, they're welcome, that you're a very emotional person, very in touch with it, like whatever. Just list a whole bunch of stuff that you feel you want to believe that will help support you in your path of healing. So try that. I did that, and I went to sleep with these earplugs in. My wife at the time felt I was a little bit nuts, but hey, if anything worked, she was all for it. So I did a bunch of that stuff. But Zero Pain Now, the reason I like it is because it keeps you away from story mode, which I've talked about many times. Story mode is replaying the stories of all the bad crap that's happened to us. I also say we don't have childhood emotions, but we do have emotions about our childhood. Look, if you're still mad at your dad about something that happened when you're 13, it's because you're probably replaying the stories in your head over and over and over again and reactivating that emotional experience as if it just keeps on happening every single day. So story mode's not useful. That's why I didn't like journaling personally, because it put me in story mode. So Zero Pain Now is very effective. Eddie Lindenstein calls it the I am feeling. I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that. Very similar. But the concept there is just stick with the emotions and not the stories. So I know you guys are looking for an exact what to do every day. What is my daily routine? Candidly, right now, and for a lot of years, I don't have a daily routine surrounding pain. Why? Because I'm not in pain. But when I was in pain, I committed to doing the Zero Pain Now stuff frequently. When I say that, I mean several times a day. I would just check in with myself. Anytime the pain was like jabbing me and really hurting, I'd go, all right, what emotion am I feeling? I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that. Okay, I'm identifying some things that perhaps I wasn't really paying quite as much attention to. I gave myself permission to feel these emotions, even the scary and dark ones. And keep in mind, I had a marriage that was kind of falling apart when I was still in pain and getting out of pain. And so I had a lot of heavy emotions. And so I would use that. Right now, what emotion am I feeling? And I did it for a while after the pain left. And I did that because I needed to create the habit in my own brain of just going to the emotions all the time, allowing myself to visit with those emotions, right? And so I didn't have a 8 o'clock a.m. do this for 15 minutes and then do that for 20 minutes and then do that for another 30 minutes. I don't have that, but I do say that, and I do believe with my heart, that getting better is much more about who you become and the habits you have than following a strict routine dictated by somebody else like me. So find what works for you. I do like the Zero Pain Now program. Right now, what emotion am I feeling? Adam prompts us in the, I think, chapter 7 or 8 of the book. Every day, do this until you're pain-free. Write out a list of stressors. Okay? Just get it out on paper. And then, right now, what emotion am I feeling? I am feeling anger. Period. Not I'm feeling anger because. That's story mode. And so staying out of the stories but truly allowing yourself to feel emotions is very effective. It was for me anyway. So if you don't have that and you'd like a book, private message me and I can get you one. Or you can find it on Amazon, and if you're really in a hurry, Amazon Kindle has it, I believe. So what else did I do? Made a decision that pain was not going to run my life. I was going to have a damn good day, whether I hurt or not. That is a decision. That is not something that happens by accident. You have to truly decide on that and commit to it. And every time the pain seems to say, lay down, you're hurting, don't do that. Oh, you don't want to go to your friends. You might have a lot of pain there. You literally have to stay committed to that decision and say, I know I'm going to hurt. I'm going to hurt whether I'm sitting at home, or I know I'm going to hurt if I go out and hang out with my friends. So the decision is key. Living your life, whether you've got pain or not, basically puts the pain on the back burner and says, you are no longer a priority in my life. That decision is key. And I've heard it from several people recently that said, the minute I decided I didn't care about my pain, I started getting better. So I made that final decision, a final commitment to myself. Of course, after that horrible experience with the physical therapy, I vowed never to go down that physical treatment path again. Now look, if I had something that was hurting me a lot, I would go get checked out by the doctor. Rule out the physical is the common statement. I say rule out the life-threatening. If there's no fracture, which is not life-threatening, but at least would require some medical attention. But if there's no cancer or no infection, you're not dying. So everything else shown on the MRI or x-rays doesn't matter. I don't care what the doctors tell you, what the diagnosis is, what the medical terminology is that they give you. If it's not cancerous and there's no tumor growing that's causing pain, and if there's no infection that's running rampant through your body, and you haven't fallen out of a tree and broken something, then most everything is like 99% of the time, most likely it's TMS, it's diversion pain syndrome, it's distraction pain, it's stress illness. And again, guys, if you are stressing out about your stress illness, you've missed the entire point of everything I've been talking about for 3 months here. You gotta chill out. And I know that's easy to say, but you literally have to make a decision that, hey, I'm not dying. This is just my body reacting to these overwhelming emotions. So look, I wish I could give you a step-by-step, do this for 20 minutes, do this for 5 minutes, and then 3 hours later do this for 10 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever. I don't have that morning routine for you because I didn't follow that. I made a firm decision that my body was fine. I decided that pain was not going to be the primary thought and focus of my daily life. Those things are much more important than doing 15 minutes of this and 15 minutes of that, right? Zero Pain Now helped me get out of story mode. So if you like that concept, try it, you know? Go look for Adam Heller videos on YouTube, you know, Zero Pain Now webinars. You'll see an example of him doing it with clients. And it worked for me. Are there other processes out there that work? Absolutely. Most of the people teaching this stuff are having great success with their clients. So, do I have a daily routine now? Nope, I don't. But if I feel a twinge of back pain like I did when my dad passed and I went to his funeral, I had some back pain. So it's still a human condition to have pain. But I didn't freak out about it. I knew exactly what was going on, and I checked in emotionally. I said, all right, what emotions are there? All right, anger, grief, sadness, you know, jealousy that other people still had their dads around, sadness that I didn't really have a great relationship with him, anger at some of the crap he pulled with my mom. So I allowed myself to really empty out and feel those emotions. It took about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then I went back to my day. Completely put it out of my mind. I didn't sit around waiting and going, is the pain still there? Oh, let me check again in another 30 seconds. Is it still there? Look, if you're doing this work while focusing on and saying, is the pain still there? Is the pain still there? Is the pain still there? You're missing the point of this work. The point is to shift away from the pain, let it kind of dissipate on its own. But do this emotional stuff because it feels good emotionally. So, look, you guys, you can do this. You don't need my explicit instructions. That's the perfectionist in us that says, I need to know exactly how to do it because so far I must not have been doing it right, so I need explicit instructions so I can do it right so I can get rid of the pain. And I had somebody recently tell me, look, Dan, give me a list of do's, because my 11 mistakes video plus all those bonus ones is all about don'ts. Don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. And so the do's are to make a firm commitment to yourself that you're not going to care about the pain. I'm not saying ignore it, but just don't care. If you feel it, so what? If you feel your symptoms, so what? They're still there, big deal. Nothing happens, right? If you find yourself fearing the pain, like my video from yesterday, shift. Fear and excitement are the same thing in our bodies. Decide and say out loud, I'm excited about my future life. And if you can't imagine yourself pain-free, start, right? Imagine what it would be like to wake up and not have pain be the first thing on your mind. Imagine what it would be like to get up out of bed, and aside from the morning stiffness until you move around for 30 seconds, there's no fear about what is today going to be like as far as my body and is it going to hurt. Imagine what it would be like to get out of these Facebook groups and just go live your damn life without worrying about how do I fix myself, how do I get out of this. The sooner you can get that vision in your head and start walking towards it and leave the pain in the rearview mirror, the faster it's going to happen. So it's about who you become. It's about losing the fear. It's about not allowing the pain to dictate your every waking thought again and again and again. So look, we're on 24 minutes on this video, but clearly I had a lot to say here. I hope you guys found this very useful. Comment below and let me know what you thought. And if you're still looking for an exact recipe for what to do every day, chapter 7 or 8 in Adam Heller's Zero Pain Now gives you an explicit instruction. Do this every day until you're pain-free, and I'm going to add to that and say, do it for another 3 to 4 weeks afterwards, so you create the habit that just says, if I feel any physical sensations, it's time to check in with my emotions. So you don't necessarily need Adam's book to do it. Just commit to yourself to feel your emotions. A lot of you say, I don't know what that means, but it literally means sit with it. Feel it. What am I feeling right now? Right now I'm feeling a little bit nervous, anxious. Right now, what am I feeling? Feeling a little bit happy. It's 4th of July weekend. Right now, what am I feeling? Feeling anger. Anger about a lot of stuff, right? So in any event, you can do this, guys. It's really not as hard as we make it out to be. And the harder you say this is, and the more you convince yourself that I can't do this, I can't get it right, it's not working, this is never going to work, the more you say that to yourself and think that to yourself, the more it's going to be true. You know, what we focus on and what we say and hear most often is what we believe. So start believing that you're okay, because you are. And so with that, I'm going to wrap it up, because holy cow, I'm almost 26 minutes. So I love you guys. Hopefully this video is helpful. Sorry I didn't give you the step-by-step instructions and bullet points, but the concepts are much more important than a ritual dictated to you by me. So really allow this to sink in, because this is the gold. And it's what got me out of pain much more so than just finding Adam Heller's book. Stay away from story mode though. Whatever practice you use, don't keep on repeating all the things that are wrong with your life, because that will keep reactivating those emotional charges. So with that, I'm going to sign off. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy your 4th of July. Talk soon.